Hello, everybody. I'm Bill Zarletta. I'm the instructor for Create Cell Bank, and it's really a three-course series: Create Cell Bank 1, Create Cell Bank 2, and Create Cell Bank app. I'm going to take you through the course, and I want you to have an idea to see what the course is all about. Okay, Create Cell Bank. Really, what we're going to go over right now is the instructor, the TA, and the course introduction. So I'm Bill Zarletta. I'm a professional engineer. Most UNM students refer to me as Professor Bill. My email is szar@unm.edu. There's my phone. You can look me up on LinkedIn and see my history. And then the website for the course is based on the keyword rich domain name createcellbank.com. More on that later. Our TA is Anna Kutula. She's a technology transfer specialist at New Mexico Tech, stationed up here at the Air Force Research Lab, the AFRL. She's got her bachelor's in chemical engineering from UNM. She played tennis while she was here at UNM. And she's completing her MBA studies at UNM right now. She's also a registered patent agent with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So she knows a lot about intellectual property. Her email's annak@unm.edu, and there's her phone, and there's her LinkedIn. Now, I studied mechanical engineering design at University of Michigan as an undergrad, and then as a graduate student at Stanford, I studied product design engineering, and that's now called the D School. I've worked at several Fortune 500 companies and 5 startups in Silicon Valley, and 3 of these startups were acquired, and 2 are still ongoing concerns. So diving into that, Project Echo, which we'll talk about in just a bit, is in the School of Medicine. It's now, I look at that as my 6th startup, and creating the course sequence for Create Cell Bank is really my 7th. So I've been teaching at the university level since 1994, and at Iowa State University, the University of Georgia, Purdue University, and the University of New Mexico. I received multiple teaching awards at Iowa State and Purdue. I haven't gotten any at University of New Mexico yet, and I'm working on that. I received an applied math and computer science degree while I was teaching at University of Georgia. My major was computational finance, and I developed a data-driven neural network and genetic algorithm powered portfolio management system. In 2003, I joined UNM as the UNM Foundation's Director of Advancement Service. Over 4 years, my group processed over $250 million in donations, private donations to the University of New Mexico. Now, I'm not a banker, but I did do banking by making sure that got properly, all these donations got properly attributed to the right donor, whether it was a corporation, whether it was a foundation, or whether it was an individual that donated. I also led initiatives to establish a data-driven informatics center for results reporting and to help the development officers, an award-winning web-based events calendar that was actually on the UNM main page for a number of years. What I'm particularly proud of is the UNM developing UNM's first online giving platform in 2004, using the principles that we're going to learn in the CSB course series. Until 2012, I worked for UNM's CIO in the advanced and emerging technology areas of classroom technology, campus building technology, and connected sports technology. If you've had any courses in Mitchell Hall, or I guess Mitchell would be a good one, along with or Centennial Engineering. Those, I was on the design team. And if you've attended any events, whether it's graduation or sporting events at the UNM Arena, better known as the Pit, I was on the design team that designed the digital signage system, which at the time was one of the largest in the country. The scores table boards, the end display boards, and various things like that, and the production room that's up on the mezzanine level. And currently, I'm Chief Innovation Officer at Project Echo in UNM School of Medicine. When I joined in 2012, Project Echo had a handful of partners and had just stood up a partnership in India. So there was 2 countries. Fast forward 7 years, and today we have over 320 partner organizations in 37 countries. And that picture shows that I do some speaking. My consulting business is called Adaptive Chaos Consulting, and I help companies with technology direction, intellectual property strategy, solving interesting problems, and developing and marketing various products and services. I sit or have sat on advisory boards or boards of directors of for-profit companies or nonprofit organizations. I've been awarded 15 US patents. I think it's coming up on 16 pretty soon here, as well as I'm not sure how many foreign patents. And as I said before, I'm a registered professional engineer. I've taught Create Sell Bank 4 previous times and had over a dozen students be chosen as finalists to the Rainforest Student Pitch Competition. And you're going to learn a lot more about that, but you basically submit, you compose, you write, and record a 90-second pitch video that anyone on campus can essentially do this, and then take that and put it into if you're chosen, you go to the finalists and you do a live pitch. Now, the folks in spring, those are 2 of my teams that each won first place, and they get cash awards. So that's really important. You get a lot of course credit, but you also get the potential to earn cash. So really important is that any individual or formed teams, you don't have to necessarily do this by yourself, but from CSB 1, CSB 2, or CSB app can enter the competition. More on that later. The course web pages are located at the keyword-rich domain that I purchased called createsellbank.com. Now, keyword-rich, what is that? Well, stay tuned. We'll talk about it. Let's just say it has keywords put together, and its valuation is over $1,000. You'll learn how to do that. Now, the Create Sell Bank 1 syllabus is located at createsellbank.com/CSB-1. Now, you can optionally put in the next / or you can leave it off. It'll go to the syllabus that's shown there. Now, for CSB app, the syllabus is at createsellbank.com, CSB-app / and that'll take you to the CSB app course syllabus. Now, the objectives in course 1, they've been on the web page. I'm not going to go through all of this, other than the key focus is to learn about e-commerce technology and to be able to apply that. And we have some really cool books. E-commerce Evolved is becoming a legend. Tanner Larson, good author. The Guy Kawasaki wrote The Art of the Start 2.0. Convince Them in 90 Seconds is a fabulous book for pitching. And the 80-20 sales and marketing. Now, for a while, I had a deal where you could buy that for a penny, and you just paid I think it was $7 for shipping and handling, and you got the book. I think that special is over. So you can get all of these on Amazon, but they're great books to have in your library. Now, you can set up a store like this. You can go to 33leather.com, which by itself is a keyword-rich domain name valued at over $1,000, with a logo. And this is one of the students had put this together, and it's got products in it, and you can click on it and see. You can do this, or you can make an e-commerce store like Cool Keeper. And you create a logo and you put products in there, and set up your payment gateway, and away you go. Now, I said that you have to purchase a domain name. That's all you need to get going. The Innovation Academy is covering the cost of this framework. So you don't have any monthly costs that come up. The only thing you have to do is keep your domain name alive, which means you buy it and you're to set up the store, and after a year you have to renew it, and you keep doing that. So the grading, there's going to be 7 assignments. 6 of them are worth 15% each, which is 90%, and then 1 is worth 10%. And the assignments will encompass the 4 course books, the course topics, and some new e-commerce trends as they come up. The grading scale, there it is. You can look at that. In Create Sell Bank app, the objectives are here. The focus really is going to be to get down to where you can do an e-commerce store. You can do a data-driven interactive dashboard. You can develop a chatbot and mobile apps for local businesses. There's going to be 6 assignments with 4 assignments worth 20% each. So there's 80%, and 2 assignments worth 10% each. So that totals 100%. And the same grading scale. Now the course books are some overlap, some different. How to Build a $1 Billion App is just priceless. It all sorts of war stories about the app development from Snapchat on, and you can, if you want, you can go buy it and read it. Power BI Create and Learn is a framework for developing Power BI dashboards, data-driven interactive dashboards that you'll be able to publish. 80/20 Marketing and Sales is, again, the book from CSB 1. Perry Marshall is an amazing thinker, and the 80/20 rules based off Pareto, and you can see exactly what that means. And then conversational marketing is for chatbots. Most people don't necessarily have a 24/7 support on their website, and this is a way to do it. So you can set up a store. Here's a third store, adaptivefashionista.com, with some products in there. We will be focusing down on 4 niches, and I'll talk about those in a little bit. Now, the objectives: to develop, debug, and deploy a data-driven interactive dashboard. There's an example like this. Data goes in and you format it, and then the user on the website, whether they're on a mobile device or a desktop device, can click and go various places. You've seen the avatars, and look at that. It's got the logo on the little letter pad there. But to deploy an animated avatar. Now, if you look really closely at that on the Create Sell Bank homepage, what you'll see is that the text has been converted to voice using Google processes, but it syncs up the lips so that they match up. This is world-class technology right now. So you're going to have an opportunity to do that. And you'll have an opportunity to develop debug. Debug's a key point, and deploy a local mobile app for either iOS or Android. So essentially, that's been the introduction, and I'm going to pause this right now. Okay, we're back. Having some e-commerce definitions. There are thousands of definitions. I've picked a sample that I think are very, very important. In each of the 4 books for Create Sell Bank 1, Create Sell Bank 2, and Create Sell Bank app, there are other definitions, and I want you to keep those in mind. But let's just see what's going on. The important part is that everybody's on the same page. So when I say gross profit margin, you all know what we're talking about because you're going to get to calculate those. So a web search engine, what is that? It's software designed to carry out web searches by searching the World Wide Web in a very systematic way. And I should say, from a computer science point of view, an algorithmically optimized way, because the World Wide Web is very, very big. Keyword or keywords, I already mentioned that, but it's a particular word phrase or word grouping describing the contents of a web page. The search engines love the ability to have keyword-rich domain names. There's other ways to do search engine optimization, which is the last one, where you provide the web search engines with the information that and the guidance that they're looking for so that your page can rank really highly. Key importance there is you want to be able to click or have your page show, because when people do searches, and if they type in create, sell, bank, you want your page to show up in the top 3 of the search engine results. And that can be very difficult. But so these are really underlying principles in the course. Search engine marketing is, how do you do the improve the market visibility for a brand, product, or service through doing search engine optimization. And this includes social media and various things like that. Pay-per-click is, an online advertising model in which revenue is earned via qualifying sponsored click-through advertisements. And you've all seen these. If you've been on the web, you've had various ads that are appropriate to what you've been searching showing up. The click-through rate is is the number of user clicks on a web page ad compared to the total number of page views. Sorry. So cost per action or cost per acquisition, CPA, is an online advertising strategy that allows an advertiser to pay for a specified action from a prospective customer. That can be, give me your email address, and if you can have various people sign up for that, you'll get compensated for it. That's CPA. Cost per impression, the CPI, or cost per 1,000, the CPM, is the rate that an advertiser has agreed to pay per 1,000 views of a particular ad. And now, in CSB, there's physical products that are typically available from AliExpress.com, Amazon.com, and hundreds of other sources. And we're going to talk about those, but they're physical products. There's information or digital products. That's a class of products that exist only in digital form. PDFs that are manuals, podcasts, videos, various things like that. And those can be marketed through other like ClickBank, Warrior Plus, JV Zoo are 3 that we're going to going to talk about. And online services are, basically you do something. They're information or services that you can perform over the internet. Search engine optimization, research, design, customer support, and the design part can be you design a chatbot for somebody, you design a dashboard. So those are really three potential branches that you can focus on and create Cell Bank. It's really difficult to develop a physical product in a one semester course. But it's relatively easy if you do the process right to find a physical product that exists, a manufacturer for that particular product. Digital products, you can, they're hard, but you can put those together, and we have means to market those. And online services are what's sometimes called agencies, where you find like-minded people and that have expertise in a particular area. E-commerce is doing business primarily utilizing the internet. And actually, some e-commerce businesses make a profit, though a lot of them do not. Don't think for a second that because it's on the internet that it's not hard work. It is as tough as digging a ditch or doing other physical activities. You have to put in the work to make things work. Now, affiliate marketing is one of those key terms, and it's a practice where you receive a commission for selling other products using e-commerce, other companies' products using e-commerce. And we're going to dive into this in a big way. And we'll talk about, we'll get to that later. Or online or an e-commerce store is a searchable collection of products or services that supports search and is connected to secure payment processor like PayPal or Authorize.net, Stripe, etc. And you've already seen some examples of e-commerce stores. Arbitrage. If you talk to any of the students in the previous 4 semesters that I've taught this, the arbitrage, they love it. It's a great word. Of course, it's based on the French, but it's the practice of taking advantage of a price difference between what you can buy a product for and what you can sell that same product for. If you can buy a product for $1 and you can sell it for $10, that is arbitrage. And you try to keep arbitrage so that the difference is a positive number. You don't want to buy something for $10 and sell it for $1 because you'll go out of business. Now, cost of goods sold is a huge, if anybody that's in business, gone to business school, you understand that it's the direct costs that are attributable to the production of goods sold. And that includes the cost of materials, along with direct labor costs used to produce or fabricate or manufacture the good. And COGS, which is the abbreviation of that, cost of goods sold, excludes indirect expenses such as distribution costs or sales force costs. And that you'll see this in just a sec where that is used. The gross profit is the difference between the selling price and the cost of goods sold. You just subtract them. And you want the gross profit to be a significant positive number. Now, if you have venture capitalists that invest in you or angel investors that invest in you, the first question they're going to ask is, what's your margins? And what they're really talking about is, what are your gross profit margins? And it's basically taking the gross profit up in the numerator, dividing it by the price. So price minus COGS, in parentheses, divided by price, times 100%. And on assignment 2, you're going to have an opportunity to calculate some. Sales, of course, it's selling products or services. Marketing is creating relationships and satisfying customer needs. New product development is the complete process of bringing a new product to to market. And it is very, very complex. Having been in it for over 30 years, even the simplest product, and you start at the end. Once you have a product out in the field, the product support, how are you going to support it if it fails? A lot of people overlook that, and it's like, that's a good question. Are you going to ask the customer to throw it away? Are you going to have a truck that drives around, a van that drives up, and a service technician that fixes it on the spot? Are they going to mail it in? Huge decisions, and a lot of those are dependent on how you design the product. So this new product development process is complex. Now, a domain name is an identification string that defines a realm of administrative autonomy, authority, or control within the internet. How about that? Well, an example domain is unm.edu. Another domain is createcellbank.com. Another is adaptivechaos.com, but we'll get to those later. A subdomain is, it expresses relative dependence, not absolute dependence, on the domain name. An example subdomain is echo.unm.edu. unm.edu is the domain, echo.unm.edu is the subdomain. And basically it refers to the primary domain. So if you have a domain name, you can create subdomains. And this is, a complex project or process, but I just want you to understand what a domain name is and what a subdomain. Now, a domain name registrar is a company that manages the reservation of internet domain names. I said you're going to buy domain names after researching and making sure they're keyword rich and making sure they're valued high enough. You're going to go to a registrar to actually get that. GoDaddy is a registrar. Web Cloud Central is a registrar. 1n1.com, which is now ionis.com. And we'll talk about those later, but it's important to know that if you want to buy a domain name, you're going to buy from a domain name registrar. Now, what I was looking at, I said that I was Chief Innovation Officer at Project Echo. I was looking at Echo becoming a domain name registrar and purchasing the .echo top level domain, and we'll go through that in a bit. But it's expensive, so we could have echo.com or echo.org or .echo. So you could have all sorts of domain names based on that. Sales funnel, another part. If you talk to anybody, you'll know that you're in a sales funnel by understanding that the multi-step path potential customers take from awareness, cultivation, and conversion. Oftentimes, to get awareness, you give away something for free. That's called a lead magnet. But realize that nothing's free. Well, here, sign up for our list. Okay, boom. The next thing you're going to know is you've signed up for this list. They understand what you're kind of on a high level interested in, and you're going to be marketed to as they try to move you through the cultivation phase to ultimately converting you into a customer where you buy one, but then multiple. If you think about it as a recursive process, once a customer is bought, you market to maybe get them to buy multiples of the same product or closely affiliated products, so that the total value of a customer can be much more than just the one, and you use sales funnels for that. Email marketing, it's the process of engaging your intended audience with product or service offers promoted using email lists. that consists of users that have signed up or expressed an interest in the site. Now, you can buy email lists, you can rent email lists, or you can develop your own email lists from your web page. And some people actually still open emails, so you can, that is one thing. Now, a landing page is a web page that displays after clicking on a link somewhere that either includes a call to action or is landed on as a result of an external call to action. And we'll see some examples of this as we go through. Design, the process of intentionally developing products or services that meet the needs of users. Key part is the needs of users. You want to, if you're going to develop a product, you're going to go to a manufacturer and say, hey, can you relabel this product, or can I sell this product? You want to make sure that it has a market and a need. Now, innovation is the deliberate application of information, imagination, and initiative in deriving greater or different values by which new ideas are generated and converted into useful products. A prototype is a preliminary model of a product on which you can do user or physical testing processes to just see how good your design is. Drop shipping, you might have heard this term before, but it's a relatively simple business model where you purchase products directly from a product's manufacturer after, key thing is after a customer orders from your e-commerce store, and the manufacturer sends the product directly to your customers. So you don't pay for your products up front, you don't handle or store these products, and your risk is lower because you're not going to have a garage full or a bedroom full of products that you can't sell. Now, the downside of drop shipping is the manufacturer is taking all the risk, and they will take a bigger portion of the profit, and you will get a smaller portion by doing drop shipping. But again, it's a risk-reward trade-off. Now, AliExpress, we're going to go into this in more depth, but it's a website that businesses sell directly to other businesses and consumers, which, you're both a wholesaler and you're an end marketer. And their parent company is Alibaba, and, it does more business than eBay and Amazon combined. And some of the items can have long lead times, but shipping can be less than 7 days. It's got to go across the pond, and sometimes it can be 1 or 2 days if you make sure that they have a U.S. Presence, a U.S. warehouse, and the shipping price can be built into the sales price. And eBay, global online marketplace, you list items on eBay. Now, their fee structure is amazingly complex, but it's good to know that you can source products for your e-commerce store from eBay. Now, Amazon, it's a U.S. company. Jeff Bezos had founded it, and it provides online retail shopping services. They are a mega store. There's a couple of terms that you want to know. FBA is fulfilled by Amazon, and the Amazon FBA program supports wholesalers shipping products to Amazon's warehouse. So you ship it to the warehouse, and then Amazon fulfills the customer orders from their warehouse. They package it up, box it up, make sure it's good to ship, and ship it to the customers as they buy. And they take 30% of the selling price. Now, fulfilled by vendor is you sell your product through Amazon. You have it listed on Amazon, but you fulfill. So you have your warehouse that you go to, you pull the products out and package it up. And now Amazon takes less to do the fulfilled by Amazon, but it requires you purchasing, and you have to put out money to get the products. But those are options. You can look at it. Now, product rights, for every information product that you purchase, the author gives you a license that ranges from you can do nothing to it, or you can change it slightly, you can completely change it and label it as your own. You just have to make sure whatever you're purchasing that you read the fine print. And now private label rights kind of build on that. There's no standard definition of it. So again, you got to make sure that you read that so that you know what, when you purchase something, a digital product, what you can do with that. Resale rights. Now you have the right to resell the product to other customers, but the customers can't resell it to their customers. So it's basically setting you up in business. The master reseller rights gives you as the buyer the right to resell the product to customers and gives your customers the right to resell it to their customers. So that's master reseller rights are typically more expensive than just resale rights. Now, ClickBank is one of the digital marketplace leaders, and you can get a ClickBank affiliate ID, or it's called the account nickname when you sign up. Now, I did not have you sign up for ClickBank because what they did was very, very tricky. They moved the tax process up to the front. So they made you supply your social security number to get an account. They didn't do that when I signed up years ago. So if you want to sign up, by all means, go do it, but just know that you're going to have to put your social security number in there. And I'm not requiring that, but there's a ton of information that you can get from there. Now, a hop link on ClickBank, it embeds your account nickname. Now, mine is AJKS, like I said, so you'll see links, and we'll see examples of this later on as you move through. So, you got the initial payment amount, what people will pay, the rebill frequency, if you have a recurring product that you might want to do. You can search and sort by average dollars per sale, the average rebill total, the average percent per sale, and the average percent rebill, the product type, whether it's a physical product that must be, packaged, or, the pitch plus upsell to basically create a funnel for, or a series of offers that once they've bought, you can add your things, and the various languages, billing types, vendor activation date, how long's the vendor been in business, and the affiliate tools page. So if you're going to market a product on ClickBank, you want to make sure that they have tools that you can use, and we'll again dive into that later. Here's some additional things that you might want to check. Now, here's some, like I said, in the books, there's going to be pages that you can go fill out, and you can print this out and add your own definition. Now, you're going to get hands-on experience with a lot of these terms during the semester. Arbitrage, keyword rich, affiliate marketing, gross profit margin, domains, drop shipping, e-commerce store, and various things like that. So that has been some e-commerce definitions. I'm going to pause it right here. Well, welcome back. What we're going to focus on now is the web domains and some business models relative to web domains. We've already gone over these, but just to quickly review: a domain name, unm.edu, a subdomain, echo.unm.edu, domain registrar, Web Cloud Central, or GoDaddy, various things like that. An expired domain is a domain that's not been renewed by the owner. If you recall, I said you could purchase a domain and you have a year, but sometimes you can purchase it and you can go out for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And in some extreme cases, you can pay for 10. But at the end of whatever period you bought it for, if you don't renew it, it becomes an expired domain and other people can buy it. There's a true story that google.com expired once and a former Google employee bought it, but he quickly gave it back to him, and Google hasn't done that since. Now, a top-level domain, it refers to the last segment of the domain name, the part that immediately follows the dot. The number of TLDs, there used to just be a handful, .com, .org, .net, .gov, .biz, .edu. That's when it first came out. The registrars would sell domain names with those TLDs. Now there's 473 TLDs. And what I was talking about was getting .echo being another TLD. And it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you need people to keep it up and to do things like that. But now there's the original. I guess this is not necessarily the original, but there were some others that had popped in. And then the country code TLDs, there's a bunch of those, like .fr is France. Let's see, which other ones do we have? The .uk is, of course, the United Kingdom, .us, United States. And so you've got to be very, very careful that sometimes these will show up as .com, .ac, .ae afterwards. So it's country specific. And so, you got, there's stats that you can do a ton of research on these domain names, the traffic and various things like that. Related domains that show up. And you can see about bids that are coming up. So expireddomains.net, and you can go to GoDaddy domain auctions with bids, and you can find out, what's available. And here's just a quick snapshot of these things, and you can see, the valuation. Like hydron.com is worth $10,000. POWA.com is worth $15,821. Now, the people that own those two are selling them for less than that, but they're still making a decent amount of money. Their gross profit margins are going to be relatively high. And this was just within the last 24 hours. And, here's some of the registrars that we've talked about. You can look at those. The Ionos, which used to be 1N1, just provides a lot of value-added services over buying the domain. If you buy a domain, the next thing you know, if you make your name public, you're going to get inundated with, oh, we will help you develop your website, or we will do search engine optimization. All of these services that we talked about, remember, digital products or physical products, digital products, and services. The service companies or the agencies monitor this list multiple times per day, and they'll send you out. Well, Ionos is making money off that. The secure sockets layer, the SSL, you want to make sure that your site is encrypted, because if you don't, in the upper right corner, it says not secure, no Google traffic. You can't even link to a site that doesn't have HTTPS, as you can see in the green, which is secure. So you want to make sure you do that. And, there's a lot of, it's free, basically $1 for the first month. And then you got to read the fine print. What is it going to be? Well, if it's $10, you got 11 months, so you paid 110 plus that one, so you pay $111 for a website per year. Now, the next year it's going to be $120, but that can add up really quickly. So you just have to make sure you don't do something. And they enable you to do 10,000 subdomains off any domain that you have, which can be really good. If you have unm.edu, well, you can branch it off and have all those subdomains have their own essential websites. There's a referral program. Now, this is affiliate marketing. If you get somebody to buy an ionis.com product, whether it's a website essential down to an online store, a premium online store, you can make $100, and if they do a 12-month, you can make $150. I mean, you can make some money basically helping ionis.com grow. Every one of those domain name registrars has the same value-added service and the affiliate program, so you can sign up for that. Now, this is a classic because you got to read the, on GoDaddy.com, get the world's most popular domain for $2.99 for the first year. In some cases, it's $1.99. In some cases, it's 99 cents for the first year. But you have to buy for 2 years. And the second year is billed at $17.99. So you're paying, $20.98 for a single .com domain. So make sure you check the fine print that they're not given that out of the goodness of their heart, and then you basically have an investment, and you have 2 years to do something with that particular domain. So let's talk about some domain-related businesses. Basically, I call them $100 startups in the domain space. Well, you buy keyword-rich domain names, and you build a site under that domain name. And by build, you develop, you get some traffic, and you sell the site. Or you buy expired domain names that have traffic, and you redirect the traffic to another site or another offer. Or in 2B, you build an e-commerce site using the expired domain name. Or C, you resell the expired domain names at a profit using arbitrage. Basically, you buy it, and we're going to see an example of that in a little bit, where they do that. Or 3, you purchase domain names for clients, and you build sites for them, you maintain sites, you perform value-added services. That's the agency model, where a lot of people don't know how to buy a domain name. You're going to learn how, but you can do that for your clients and essentially help them. In CSB 1, you'll fully know how to do that for them to help them build an e-commerce store. In CSB app, you're going to teach them how to do a lot of things, and what you can do for them. But in large part, it starts with the domain name. So some of the value-added services that I mentioned down there, you can update local listings on Google. You can create content, whether it's complex or simple, for social media. You can do website development, website hosting, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, and that list goes on. Now, you can set up your agency, and you can have people come to you, or you can use sites like Upwork or Fiverr.com that connect folks that need work done with folks that have expertise and the capability to do that work. Of course, each one of those takes a portion of the income that you would make. So single word domains can be hugely valuable because they're memorable, they're keyword rich, and easy to type. Pain.com, it's sold in well, about 10 months ago for almost $400,000. So, you can, if Pain.com came available, you could buy it for basically the cost of a domain name, because even though Pain.com is hugely valuable, the registrar will sell at it at the normal price, whether it's $10, $11, $12, or they might have a special for $1.99, $2.99. And then you can do any of the things that we just talked about. So now the keyword for pain means, whatever your site is, you can focus that in. So here's some triplecreditreports.com. I've just, here's some keyword rich domains and some of the valuations: Woof Talk, Top Transmission, Lead Key. But I want to focus on Triple Credit Reports. So, there's three major credit agencies, and triplecreditreports.com, $24,000. And, you can put that together and you can do all sorts of things with that. Here's some others: LABA, 99,000, TULO.com, 55,000. Now, they don't have to just be letters. They can be numbers. 5111.com sold for $50,000. Pickstart.com sold for $42,000. 7777av.com sold for $31,000. Now, you saw 33leather.com. You saw adaptivefashionista.com. You saw other domain names that, and you're going to be putting those things together. So if you can find keyword rich domain names that are 4 letters or 4 numbers long, that are memorable and valuable like those, they can be really valuable. So, here's some others that are on namecheap.com that you can go buy. 100,000. ebizplanet.com, Himalayan ebizbird.com. Why that's $100,000, but juicysip.com, $50,000. These again have the keywords, but they've put them together into a domain. Most of them are .com, but the fourth one down here, lending.co. .co is a TLD, and .uk. But look at that thing, $295,500 is what you can buy that thing for. It's like, all right. So, the first $100 startup domain-related business: research and identify trending market niches, construct keyword-rich domain options, check each domain name's availability, because you don't want to get something that somebody else owns, purchase the available domain names for $12 each, and then you either build out hosted websites for each domain or put the domain and website up for sale, or just sell each domain name. Now, we have access to a domain name mining application. So say your sweet spot solar, and you input that, and you choose that top level domain, usually .com, and then you can look at various combinations, and you can sell the domain name. So various things like that you can do, and head on through putting things together. So Disc Solar, Solar Small, Solar Penny Stocks. Well, go tell me why that's $460, but it is. And you can see your profit. You could calculate your gross profit margins. Now, leather, belt and leather, beds and leather, back and leather, arts and leather, army and leather. You concatenate those, and there's the valuation. Now, you can buy these things for $12. So, you can, and you have to, you're selling them, you think about 10%, 15%, 20%, depending on where you're selling them, has to go back. So you're left with, your profit after everything's done. And then you can group them together, and you just find a group of domain names, and you can then figure out how you want to sell those. Now, choosing just the highest value keyword rich domain name can lead to nice profits and very high return on investments. The business model scales. As you sell more, you can afford to purchase more, and then you can build up a business. But the value the force multiplication can go if you buy the domain and then you take and you do multiple value-added services to that. And it can go up 10x. In some cases, it can go up 100x or 1,000x over what you've purchased it for. So solar penny stocks, it's available for $9.06. There it is. That's with the ICANN fee. And so, you go to Namecheap and you can get these things cheap. Now, a second $100 startup domain related business is to find YouTube channels with significant traffic that have expired domain names that were on that YouTube channel. You purchase them and you build out hosted websites for each domain and put the domain website up for sale, redirect to an offer, or just sell the domain, sometimes back to the owner of the YouTube channel. And here's some statistics. There's, almost, I think it's over 1 million now of and domains that have been bought. And you can see the results, the number of YouTube videos that have the domain name and their title or description, the number of views, the number of likes, dislikes, comments, and when it was added. Okay, so let's see that in action. Here's some sites. Now, the marcosibaluti.com is actually a Brazilian site, so it actually has .br after it. So there's a lot of these domains that are still available that have significant traffic. If, like, you take 309 million views and 310 million views and move forward, some of those are going to head to the website. So let's just look at this. Now, if you look at idlebyopera.com, it has a lot of views that are shown that are the top 50 that are YouTube videos. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has 50, but this is the top 50 ordered by number of views. So the top one is Maria Never Enough. That is 16,790,705 views, and not many dislikes and things like that. So, of course, not all is traffic. If people are on YouTube, not all of it's going to head to a domain name. But guess what happened? idlebyopera.com expired, and we can certainly look at that. And here it is. It's the Idle by Opera. It's got 100 YouTube videos that are up there, and the top 50 videos have 138 million total. A lot of likes. You can come up with metrics of the number of likes divided by the total views of this top 50, and then you can compare it with the top 50 dislikes, people that didn't like it, and you can see that there's a factor of almost 20, 16 or so difference, and that's pretty good, and a lot of comments, so it's an active channel. So you can click, you can see what's going on there. And so, just to sum this up, we learned about several business models that can be built using domains as the core. I mean, we've all, ever since the beginning of the internet, or when we first became aware of the internet, we came across domain names and we've used them. So, here's the various things that you can look at. Um, Now, I guess we're gonna, just summarize those two, and there's many more. Now, you don't need a GoDaddy account to use that, but it's worthwhile to sign up for a free account. And GoDaddy just released this new domain listing services that replaces GoDaddy's premium listings. And their goal, and that enables you to, you can buy a domain and you can sell it. And that's kind of cool. But this is the one that I really like. It's the GoDaddy. It's the free domain value appraisal app. And it's located at, write this down, store it away, bookmark it, godaddy.com/domain value appraisal. And so, the godaddy.com domain, and there is a subfolder that has domain value appraisal. Now, just a quick comment about domain value appraisal. That is a keyword rich subdomain. So, they come up with, they do data mining and modeling, and they call it word tokenization, and they've come up with a model that assesses the domain's value. So let's just look through that. So 66silver.com. Now, where did we come up with that? Well, we were looking at silver.com, and silver.com is a high value keyword, and putting 66 in front of it, it's worth $1,263. So let's say you're selling silver bars, silver coins, silver anything, silver clothes, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, it could be a retirement, look at these gray hairs. You could have, maybe 65silver.com or something and sell hair products that cover up the sparklers that are up here. But look, that thing's available as a special for 99 cents. That's for your first domain purchase through GoDaddy. But this is interesting. So you can see the domain name, and you can type in 65silver.com, see what the value is. You could type 67silver, you could type 6silver, and you can see. But the important thing to look here is that it is available. And when you see that word, that's really important, and you see this price, that means nobody has bought it yet. Some of the leather, if we look at leather.com, but start looking at tooled leather, $1,109. And you can see over in the lower right here, this shaded area, that leather is a valuable keyword. And it's a high value keyword that has an average sales price of $2,000. Well, of course, we've added letters to it. As the domain name gets longer, the value goes down. So that's why the 2, 3, and 4 letter domain names are so valuable. Titanium 8, just looking around, and it's 15 characters or less, but it's worth $1,600. Now, you could do the same. Well, we're going to see an example of looking at Titanium 7, Titanium 9, kind of in this now. But we're going to do it at, if you can find one nicely valued domain, and then you can iterate on each side of it to find closely valued domains. Here's what you can do. Let's start with oneaids.com, whatever that might be. And, so you type it in. Oh, it's worth 1,256 bucks. Okay, that's kind of cool. And you see that AIDS, AIDS, is a high value keyword that has an average sale price of $1,929. And it's available. What about two? Well, 1,226. Wait, 1,256, 26. So two is less. Three AIDS is a little bit less. Ooh, four AIDS jumps back up. Five AIDS is the highest value so far. Six AIDS, it jumps back down. Seven AIDS, eight AIDS, nine AIDS. So, if you're looking at this thing, you might want to say, well, five AIDS could be something that you want to, it's memorable, and, you've got various things like that. But so we've done nine. So now if you purchase, you can you could get those three domains, 66silver.com, Titanium 8, and buy an auction membership for $21.83. Now, I did buy the 2-year auction membership, and you make sure you get your confirmation and all the things that are associated with that. But look at this here, your commission, that they receive a 20% commission with a $15 minimum. So you can look at that, somewhere in there is going to be the $15 minimum, 750, what is that, $75. But if you less than that, you still have to pay $15. And then if it's higher, it's $1,000 plus 15% of the amount over 5K. And if it's $25,000 or over, you got to pay them $4,000 plus 10% of the amount over 25K. So they make a lot of money off you selling it. But and you can set it up so you can buy it now. You can set the lowest acceptable sales price and the minimum offer that you will take. And there it is. You can put these things in there. You can put them at whatever you would like. By the way, I bought 66silver.com and I bought titanium8.com, and just to try this out. And you set up for a domain name sale. And now they have Afternick, which is another way to sell products. And you can see, the way that you can get these things sold. And there it is. It's up there on Afternick. So in the first web domains module, we explored finding expired domains that had significant YouTube views and were linked to that domain. And we highlighted some examples of the highest viewed YouTube channels that pointed to expired domains. And now we're going to look at some expired domains that have significant YouTube views. And, you look at this list, and I valued each one of them. And, Mariga.com or Love and Loyalty or loveandloyalty.com, nintendoutopia.com, and ocs.com. They're all valued at more than $1,000. And you can just see those over here. And that's good to know. So if you can sell them, even though the value is, over 1,000, you could sell them if you sell all four for $800 each, you would end up netting $2,512. If you sold them for $400 each, you would still make $1,232. Now remember, you're buying these things, and for $12. That's the going price. Now, if only two domains sell for $400, you make $592. Remember, your investment is $48, but then you have the fees that go along with selling, the 20% fees. And if only one domain sells for $400, which is, you know, almost a third of the value of one of those, you still make $272. Now look at your return on investment with that you're netting $272 and you have invested $128. So you're more than doubling your money. So now we looked at the most 13 recently expired and came up with 4. And now you can go to domain appraisal and you can run each one of those through. Now there's one, easyfifacoins.com, had a ton of views. And before this, I had no idea what FIFA coins were. And the videos are essentially people playing FIFA 2019, FIFA 2018, FIFA 2020 is coming out. And there's coins that you can get, and you can buy these coins or you can win the coins, and they'll help you get more better players. So, you know, you look at the videos that are on here, and they got 508 videos, and you know, they're all pretty consistent with the views. It's not like out of the 4,492,751 views, the top video is 4 million views, and the rest are just a little bit. But these are all high views. So you can see that it's tied to an affiliate link, you know, that you can get. But easyfifacoins.com, it has to be such that you own that domain. Well, it expired. I bought it, and you know, there's a video. You know, I'll just play a little bit of it. You know, there it is. So here's
È inciampato. Lo dico adesso e lo metto all'inizio. La regola di queste partite è che ogni traversa che prende durante come se fosse un colpo step.
So, you know, they're playing the game, and you know, I guess that's good. So I looked for recent posts on this channel because you want to see if it's, you know, people did it a year ago, and that could be a site that they've stopped doing it, and that might be why it's expired. They got a job or something. So I looked up easyfifacoins.com. The estimated value on GoDaddy was $1,360. The price was 99 cents. And there it was. And so I bought it. And you know, you can see that here's all the valuations of those various ones. Now, FIFABR.com down at the bottom is another one. And so essentially here, I did a search on all the FIFA domains. So you could conceive of buying them all, and, you know, so, you know, 12 or 13 of them. So you spend $150, something like that. And you have these things all with similar content, and you're capturing the traffic from each one of these. So that's just something you can do. If you find one keyword like FIFA that's very good, you could go and look at the other ones. So now we took a little bit deeper dive into this, and you could see how you can construct a portfolio of GoDaddy using GoDaddy's valuation tool and create a portfolio. Now, in the stock market, you know, buying and holding a single stock is usually a really bad idea unless, you know, it's a company that's done really well, like Dell in the early days or Toys R Us in the early days, you know, which of course you see. The whole idea, if you remember, my degree was in computational finance, or my major was computational finance. So the idea is to have a portfolio. Some are going to do well, some are going to do neutral, and some aren't going to do well. But if you choose properly and you get the right assets in your portfolio, you can have a very positive and robust performance. So you might buy it more than one domain and build up your portfolio. And GoDaddy is, you just saw it, but you can go to that link and you can start typing in different names right today. So, we saw easy FIFA coins. It was added. It had a valuation greater than $1,000. There's a lot of FIFA related expired domains, and it was still available. So I bought it. And, here's what you can do with it. So I went to ClickBank and I saw FIFA 2019 Football Millionaire Trading Center. And it's a relaunch. You can see that the average dollars per sale was $103. The average rebill down in the fine print in the green, you can see is, the initial dollars per sale is $14.15. So what that means is it's a monthly recurring, excuse me. So that's something, and you click on promote and away you go. You get your link, and they've got an affiliate page with a lot of information on it. And FIFA Football Millionaire has, videos that go on and how to promote it. Then there's my hop link. If you click on that link and you go buy that, I'll get a commission. If you have an account with ClickBank and somebody clicks on your hop link, you can get a commission as well. So there it is. There's the landing page. Here's a video. I'm going to just skip over that. And you get easy FIFA coins domain, and you click on that and you do manage domain name, the DNS, domain names system, and you can redirect it to that affiliate offer. Now remember, here's the same thing that we had before. I'm going to go back. That's that link, and you can set that up so it'll forward to that offer, and you don't have to do anything. That's all from one-in-one or ionis.com. Now, what you can also do is take easyfifacoins.com and set up your own store so that you can sell products like that. So I looked at Google search trends. We're going to come back to this, and you're going to learn a lot more about this. So I did FIFA 2020, and you can see that is going up. FIFA coins is going down, probably because FIFA 2019 is now old and there's new teams and they want the 2020 version. FIFA football is starting to see a little rise. And what recently happened under FIFA that would have caused this is worldwide, but primarily in the US, there was a lot of interest in that. And that's because of the women's soccer team doing so well. So we did a real-time example. The affiliate commission on that was 75% for the initial sale, which is really low to get in. High commission, but it was a low amount, and 50% for each subsequent month's recurring or rebuild sales. So if you take the traffic from the YouTube channel, send it to your site, send it to the affiliate, you can make money. Now, if you wish to flip a domain, you first want to build up traffic, because traffic is what people that are going to buy it are going to look at. And so justdropped.com, which, by the way, is a very keyword-rich domain name. They purchase expired domain names, and he sells them. So here's some he sends me a weekly email. You can get on his daily list, and you can see, a move in the right direction.com. But if you scan the list, you can see precisioncool.com is $399 that he's selling it for. Now, the problem here is that if you go to GoDaddy and look up the valuation, you'll see the valuation, but then you'll see that it is somebody already owns it. Well, the justdrop.com buys a lot of these things and puts them, like relativevibe.com is $149. Getyourwordout.com is $199. And getbackinthesaddle.com, $199. There's all sorts of, and he puts his comments in here. Now, Tube Snooper, you've seen some of the results of that before, and this was done on September 16th of 2019, and you can see the domains that show up, and same type of thing. You can see the top 50 views, so you can create a metric of views per YouTube, so you could divide by the results. You could look at the likes to views. You could look at the dislikes to views. You could look at the comments per views. So you take all these and you basically normalize them to a scale of 0 to 1 or 0 to 100%. And you can start figuring out, well, which ones are worth going after. And you can set some absolute values that you would like you must have a certain number of YouTube videos posted, you must have a certain number of views. So you couple those limits with the metrics that you have, and you can come up with a method of exploring this. So that was web domains and business models.